No Met talk. No Met talk today.
Should I take the jersey out of the shot?
No, you don't have to. It's okay. We're talking about the Yanks today. Because since we recorded, and we did this last week. Remember when I gave you timelines? Last Wednesday, Mets didn't win in that week. Remember, I recorded last week, I was like, since last show, so like 2 weeks ago show.
Yeah.
Well, since last Wednesday, the Mets won 2 games from today. And they got demolished last night. So they are 61 and 64, and I don't give a shit about them. But since last show, the Yankees have not lost. 11 in a row for the New York Yankees. And, I mentioned it last week a little bit. Big poo-poo take on whoever was worried or was crying wolf or crying about how underperforming the Yankees were playing. This team's 23 games over 500 now, and if the season were to end today, in the playoffs. They're making it. It doesn't matter. No ifs, ands, or buts, they're making it. And as a person who doesn't root for the Yankees, but knows a thing or two about baseball, I want apologies. They suck. They are so bad. Aaron Boone should be fired. Brian Cashman should be fired. This team is 5 games over 500, and they suck. Third place. They are 10 out of the division. They're 15 out of the division. They're 8 games behind Boston. Blah, blah, blah. You are 3 games ahead up on Boston now, I think, or 4. And although it's still like not a reach, but how well Tampa Bay has played, I believe that they're 4 out of the division. 4 out of the division. AL East standings. They are, 4 on the dot. And they're 2.5 up on Boston. 4 out of the division. 11 wins in a row. You just took 2 in Atlanta. Thank you, New York Yankees. Big for the Mets. And they're rolling. I want everyone to apologize to Giancarlo Stanton. Okay? All of you out there. No fan base has complained more about a dude who hits 30 home runs in a season, drives in around 80 to 100 every year, than the New York Yankees. Then that fan base complains every day about how Stanton sucks. But we're paying him too much. It's not your money. Not a cent of what you've earned in your lifetime is going to Giancarlo Stanton's contract. So who gives a fuck? That's why I was so happy when the Mets traded for Lindor and they gave him the extension. They were like, $341 million. That is too much for Lindor. And I'm going, I don't give a shit. I'm not paying it. And they locked him down for the next 10 years. Next.
That is fat money. I'm not mad at that.
Oh my God. What's been very fun about watching the Yankees recently is that everyone's contributing. All 26 guys on the roster. What's crazy is that the bullpen actually has been like their weakest link out of all the facets of the game when it comes to offense, defense, starters, bench, whatever. The bullpen's been terrible. Chapman did not pitch well again last night. Britton's back on the IL. Loizago's been great. He's been your most consistent and your best starter. Wandy Peralta's been pretty good for you since he's come over in the Talkman deal earlier this year. But a guy like Andrew Velasquez coming in, Bronx kid, doing his thing, stealing bases, hitting his first home run at Yankee Stadium the other night. Fun stuff. And I'm wondering if, and maybe it's not Velasquez who's like the reason. I'm wondering how much it shows that they can do without Glaber, or if Glaber really is a mainstay in this lineup. They're doing it all without Urshela, or Odor hit another home run in Atlanta over the past few nights. So Urshela's still a guy that you miss. But with everything clicking, you woke up a beast in Luke Voit. This entire lineup is exactly how it should be right now. It's Gallo, Judge, and Stanton in the outfield. It's your jumbo package. It's your guys that are average height of 6'5", 250, running around in the outfield. And when they traded for Gallo, that was my immediate thought. Boom, you put him in left field, move Judge to center, and you get Stanton in the outfield. And then with Rizzo at first, you put Luke Voit at DH. Giancarlo Stanton is an outfielder. And I say it to every Yankee fan, this dude is a Gold Glove outfielder that they turn into DH just to waste away his ability. And now you're too scared to put him out there because DHing for so long the past 2.5 seasons, you are nervous that he's going to get hurt. Should have been playing the outfield at Yankee Stadium when he got traded for. Right off the bat. Throw him in left field. Immediately. 74-52. And people on Twitter were crying a month and a half ago. I'm allowed to cry on Twitter. My team's 3 games under. And even when they were in first place, I was yelling at this team because they weren't taking advantage of the entire division sucking, and they sat around 5 games in first place, and they lost that lead in 20 days. And that's the crazy part, is that the Yankees can still continue a hot surge. And again, 11 in a row. It's fantastic. And now they have a series in Oakland. And those are the 2 top wildcard spots. 4 games behind Tampa. That's not out of the equation. The division is not out of the equation whatsoever. Yanks are 10-0 in their last 10. Obviously, they've won 11 in a row. Mets are 2-8. Poo-poo take if you were hating on the New York Yankees, by the way. Shout out Marcus Stroman. New York Met, short king, GOAT. Height doesn't measure heart. Get your poo-poo take hats. It's a great hat. They shut everyone up.